BYU Spectacular brings performers from all corners of campus together. For an evening, that's just how it sounds. Spectacular. I went backstage for the big event to see what it takes to shake off the nerves and shake up the Marriott Center. There's nothing quite like coming home. And that's why BYU gets all dolled up to make alums feel welcome in a big way. BYU Spectacular brings together some of the top performing groups on campus for an evening of flips and glitz, a tradition of more than, well, plenty of years.
My first year with Homecoming Spectacular was 1976. And so do the math. I can't. It's been too many years.
In fact, BYU Spectacular used to go by a different name.
Before we did it here, we did it in the Field House. It was called Field House Frolics back in the old days. And so we've graduated from Field House Frolics to Homecoming Spectacular in the Marriott Center, and we've got a great show ready for our friends here on campus and for our alums that'll be coming back to enjoy the homecoming festivities.
But whether you call it Spectacular or Field House Frolics, this show is still the best in town. With groups like the Cougarettes, Vocal Point, the Young Ambassadors, Ballroom, Contemporary Dance Theater, and Synthesis, this production is no small feat. And coordinating hundreds of dancers at the dress rehearsal takes some serious time.
This is a critical moment in time, and we plan to spend the whole evening here, just getting it right. We'll be ready for the audience tomorrow night.
But with plenty of rehearsal hours under their belts, these performers are ready for showtime.
The long rehearsals, but they're all worth it. It's fun to play the shows, and usually an apostle sits on the first row, so when you're playing, you're like, hey, Elder Oaks, what's up?
This is a fun venue to participate in because it's not your typical theater. So it's a big crowd, but it's a different sound system and everything. So it's really big. Lots of energy comes from the crowd, so it's a really fun audience.
Performers say that this stage is more slippery than most, but groups like the Cougarettes put black duct tape on the bottom of their shoes to have better traction. But other than staying on their own 2 feet, have you ever wondered what goes through singers, dancers, and musicians' minds during their performance?
Your peripherals open so that you're in line with the other guys and so that you're still looking up. This crowd is like above you a lot, so we have to keep our heads up and different things like that. But also the music and just having fun and making sure that the audience is having fun with you. I kind of think that takes the forefront of my mind, at least while we're performing.
But if you think the stage, the crowds, and the venue is the most spectacular part for performers, you're wrong. What they say sets this show apart from any other is its legacy.
I feel like whenever I perform at BYU, there's a lot of people behind me because there's a lot of good people that have gone to do exactly what I'm doing and kind of set the way and paved the way for me. So I'm very grateful and humbled to follow in their footsteps because they were talented people.
And whether BYU alums are 1 year or 50 years graduated, they've all contributed to campus in one way or another. And that's what celebrating homecoming is all about.
There has been goodness in every decade that BYU has been around. That every decade good things have happened, and that we're still trying to carry that flame, making good things happen now.